From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
Starting to head into the evening now and clouds increasing across the area. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam network as we get ready to head into the 6 o'clock hour. Mostly cloudy skies here, and clouds will increase as we head through the overnight. That's going to help to keep temperatures on the mild side. Right now, we're still warm out there, mid to upper 70s for most of us, even some lower 80s in north central Alabama, 73 in Lawrenceburg, Hohenwald, and Columbia, 77 back into Savannah, 80 for Athens, 82 in Decatur and Huntsville, 78 in Florence, 79 for both Russellville, Alabama, and Iuka, Mississippi. You see nothing on radar here locally. We have to go back to the west into the Ozarks, back into Texas and Oklahoma to see any showers and thunderstorms nearby. Along this frontal boundary here that will eventually be the focus for showers and thunderstorms in our area, you see a string of severe thunderstorm watches back off to the west. We will have a severe weather threat overnight tomorrow night as this storm system brings thunderstorms to our area. Here's the hour-by-hour futurecast for tonight and through tomorrow afternoon. Here with our high-resolution Barron Futurecast model, still into the mid to upper 70s as we start the early evening. We drop into the 60s overnight with partly clear skies. A breezy southerly wind here of 10 to 15 miles an hour sustained. Gusts as high as 25 to 30. Only getting down generally into the low to mid 60s. Notice cloud cover increasing by the morning as well, starting in the mid 60s. Warming into the mid to upper 70s as we enter the afternoon, and some locations in northwest Alabama could briefly hit 80 to 82 degrees for daytime highs. Notice our gusty south wind that's still sustained at 15 to 20 miles an hour. Gusts as high as 30 tomorrow afternoon, and then tomorrow night, even away from thunderstorms, gradient wind gusts of 35 to 45 miles an hour are possible, and then we'll have thunderstorms to contend with as well, but it's going to be the overnight hours tomorrow night, probably after 9 or 10 o'clock before they move in. We do have this overall elevated severe weather risk for our area of southern middle Tennessee and in North Alabama. The greater risk of more widespread severe weather is back in the Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, and north Louisiana, where you see that significant threat outlined in red, but it's not exactly a low wind threat in our area either. Damaging wind gusts of 50 to 70 miles an hour with a broken line of thunderstorms, an elevated chance tomorrow overnight. Maybe even a couple of gusts isolated a little bit higher than that. There may also be embedded tornadoes within the line, generally on the lower half of the damage scale, EF0, EF1, maybe EF2, something like that. Occasionally with a squall line, we can see EF2 type tornadoes. Very occasionally something stronger than that, but I don't think it's that kind of setup. But we are watching for the possibility of a few supercells out ahead of the line overnight tomorrow night. If those were to happen, a strong tornado or two is possible, so we'll have to watch that very carefully. However, that's a very, very uncertain threat, and at this time, I'm not officially forecasting that. We'll just have to watch out for that potential. Here's the futurecast timing here of the storms themselves. By 6 p.m. tomorrow, you notice a few showers off into the western areas. Most of the storm activity still back across the Mississippi River. That comes eastward as we head through the overnight, and this is where we're going to have to watch these individual storms out ahead of the line. You see by 9 o'clock we have what looks like supercells from near Hardin County and McNairy counties in Tennessee down in through the Tupelo area. These try to lift up into northwest Alabama and southern middle Tennessee. We'll have to see how that goes. Don't take this to the exact, but we'll have to watch for this general idea to play out. Then as we head toward 11, 12 o'clock, and I would say 10, 11, 12 o'clock, we have the main line of storms coming through, and there may be some embedded supercell type elements within it as well, so we'll have to watch that carefully. But with the line, we transition to more of a widespread straight line wind event and then embedded tornadoes, so still not a lower end type threat, but it's a little bit more of a manageable threat than if you had a bunch of supercells, which I don't really see that being the case, but we'll watch that very carefully. The main line of thunderstorms coming across Highway 43 roughly near midnight as a general timing, but give that a little wiggle room here. Our overall timeline is going to be from about 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow night through about 2 or 3, maybe 4 o'clock on our Saturday morning here. It may not end as quickly as what our Futurecast HER model here is showing. By early tomorrow morning, though, things do shift east of I-65 and the threat is over, and the rain clears out even before sunrise here, starting in the mid to upper 50s with partly cloudy skies and setting up for a nice day here on our Saturday. The first half of the weekend looks good. We'll have to watch for a few showers coming back north Sunday night. Some of the modeling today starting to keep that southward, so we'll have to watch how that evolves with time. And then increasing clouds early next week, but it looks like the next chance of rain after Sunday holds off to the middle of the week. Upper 70s, if not lower 80s for our Friday, and generally staying in the 70s through the weekend. And even as we get into Tuesday, only back down behind that front into the low to mid 60s. So no overly cold weather here for the next 5 to 7 days. Tonight, still on the mild side, dropping out of the 70s and 80s into the 60s during the late evening, and only bottoming out in the low to mid 60s for morning lows as the winds start to crank up and we have mostly cloudy skies to start the day, and those clouds increase. Upper 70s, maybe close to 80 in spots over southern middle Tennessee, partly sunny, and maybe an isolated storm or two in the afternoon, but most of the activity holds off until the late evening and the overnight hours. More the same in northwest Alabama here, upper 70s to maybe lower 80s, partly sunny skies, maybe a scattered shower or thunderstorm in the late afternoon and early evening, but most of the activity holds off until the late evening and the overnight. Here's a 7-day forecast. The daytime hours of Friday, it's only a 30% chance of rain, but for the overnight, we have it at 100%. Showers and thunderstorms are likely. Some of those storms could be severe, as we talked about. Clearing out before sunrise on Saturday. Another overnight chance of a shower or two Sunday night. Mostly cloudy skies Monday into Tuesday, and a few more showers possible toward the middle and latter part of next week. There's a look at your latest 7-day forecast. Ben Luna's back in the morning with another update to your local weather.